America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. 2016 was a monumental year for everyone. However way you perceive the current political climate, it forced all of us to take a good look at ourselves and where we came from. For me, I came from my parents, Mary and Satya, or as I, a fully grown man, call them, Mommy and Papa.
Who do that?
One of my majors is political science. For me, 2016 left me with a lot of questions. The one that is still burning in my mind, however, is related to my father. Who did he vote for president in the 2016 presidential election? Before I could ask my parents, I would have to do some extensive research. I tried first by reaching out to my parents' friends, but all they had to say were pleasantries regarding their recent anniversary.
25th anniversary! Congratulations!
Thank you! Your life is very
Hey.
Enjoy yourself. Thank you. Bye bye.
Satya, sister from India, wish you and Mary a very happy married life. Congratulations on your 25th wedding anniversary. I'm proud of your achievements. Congratulations to your children and good luck to both Pooja and Aaron. Bye.
Hi Mary and Satya, this is Mariam from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I still can't believe that Mary, my gentle, soft-spoken roommate, has ended up with the loud and outspoken Satya. Opposites really do attract. Congratulations on 25 years of marriage. Here's to many more. Have a fantastic night, you two.
Hi Satya, wish you a happy marriage anniversary and may heaven's choicest blessings be showered on you and the family and have a evergreen life.
Amongst photo albums and old documents of my father, I found a revealing part of his childhood. My father had been part of the Communist Party. However, it didn't explain his current shift to the right of the political spectrum.
This is probably a bigger disaster for our country than anything else. The younger generation cannot start by cleaning their room, making their bed, and then they come and occupy the closet space like parasites. And then they are willing to talk about save us from immigrants and save us from this and let's fight for this and let's fight for that, but they can't even clean their own room.
I took time to look into my mother's side, but it similarly yielded no results. All these photos just showed two parents who met in India and beat the odds to come to America. If I wanted real answers, I would have to go straight to my parents and ask them directly. This is excellent cure, by the way.
Okay.
This is very good.
Thank
cure.
you.
Do you make it with milk or do you make it with condensed milk?
No, I made with whole milk.
Mm-hmm.
And some little bit of sugar and some, cardamom.
Mm-hmm. It's very stringy today, though.
That's called vermicelli. It's not the rice.
Okay, let's start the interview. So, how are you?
I'm doing good.
So, tell me about your childhood a little bit.
My childhood was, one way saying is we had lots of fun. one way is a little bit of hardship we face. Like, I had so many siblings, and my father used to work in the office, and my mom used to work in the field, she used to go every day, and we were left unsupervised and grew up like free-range chickens.
Free-range chickens.
Yeah.
So which one was worse, the leeches or the mosquitoes?
The both were the worst part is like when you go to the field or forest, there are lots of mosquitoes or leeches, and I was so terrified of the leeches. We have to get wild vegetables and
Wild vegetables, as
leaves.
opposed to domesticated ones.
No. I mean, those are the naturally grow in the forest.
So then leeches, when I grew up, you would always show this kind of symbol for leeches, right?
Oh my God, I was so
Leeches,
terrified.
right?
Leeches were snakes and leeches. I used to be so scared of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Air.
So then, what about America? What was your first thing when you stepped into the United States? Your first impression?
My first impression is America was always a dream, distant dream, thinking, oh my gosh, people go to America and it's like heaven, going to heaven, we always dream about. Of course, I never thought I would go to America. I used to love movies. I used to watch Hindi movies growing up, and so sometime we would go to the theater and hang around and without the tickets. Whenever the watchman goes away, we used to go inside and watch movies.
So you would say that theft
Not
was
really
a big
theft.
part of your childhood.
Not really, but those were the.
That was how it was
But
back
the
then, right?
rules were
That's
so
just what it was
different.
back then, right?
Those days the rules were very.
Those days were totally different, right? You
Yeah.
would be able to go play hooky, not go to school, or
Yeah, but it
Exactly.
was not considered as a bad things, the every tribal society is free.
tribal society.
Yeah, we grew up very free.
What is
lifestyle.
your stance on underage drinking?
Underage? Of course, now I think it's not good. But
back
back
what is this
then,
but?
I mean, culture. It's the culture.
It's the
Everybody,
culture, yes.
grew up with drinking. Everybody, parents would offer you drink, and the grandma who used to do babysit, they will even give drinks to the little baby, thinking little baby's hungry. So that's my childhood. Sometimes I'm happy that I had hardship. Just that way, I understand people difficulties, hardship, how poverty can hamper you, physically, mentally, and everything.
Yeah, that's a lot of hardships. I think the hardships that I usually have in the morning is, when you go to the bathroom and there's no toilet paper, right? That is a hardship, because what are you supposed to do? Use your hand?
Oh my goodness, that's a hardship.
That is a hardship for me. What about those kinds of hardships, right? The hardships
That is nothing. But we never even have a proper toilets. Okay, we have to go to the bush.
the bush.
Yeah. So you don't know. You're talking just the tissue paper missing is a hardship. It's not.
Especially it's single ply though, Mama.
That's what I'm saying.
Why are you so
can't
cheap
compare.
though? The single ply toilet. You talk about bountiful resources and you still buy single ply toilet paper.
You can't compare yourself with me. We have very different background.
That's true. So I'm gonna show you some photos, and I want you to know whether you recognize this person or not.
Okay.
All right, so this is just a regular photo. So, do you recognize this man?
No. No, I don't recognize.
This man? You don't recognize this man?
No.
He does not mean anything to you?
I know his mouth, but you're trying to make fun of us, saying that.
This
look-
man faced a lot of hardships too.
I don't know.
Did he
about him.
create any hardships for you?
No.
All right, that's okay. We'll move on. Do you know this man? Would you watch this video and tell me if you recognize this man?
Yes, I do. He's my husband, your father.
Let's just watch the full video.
Your father is beautiful. Oh my goodness.
You recognize that man?
Yes,
All right. Who is he?
he's my husband, your father.
So how did you two meet?
We met in the college when I think 1986 when I joined dental school, and he was already a final year student. My roommate, who was his classmate, so she introduced me to him because it was Christmas Day and I was feeling very sad, lonely. So he called Satya, my roommate.
So he was the first guy that you met.
In Bangalore, literally, somebody whom I talked to.
So you just did one and done, just like that, settled.
No,
You didn't shop
no.
around, be like, this guy's mustache is not as nice. I'll go to this guy.
We didn't.
Or maybe because it's medical school, right? Oh, this guy is going to be a psychiatrist, but this man is surgeon, so
No,
more money?
Listen. It's just when it's not even the date. It's just like we didn't have any relation for so many. We just have acquaintance,
So-
we know each other and say hi, hello whenever we meet. And only once he took me for outside for dinner, for lunch. After that, we never, it's not a dating or anything. It's just somebody, you're taking some little girl from some other school and saying, okay, take her, for just something to go to the shop or buy something like that. Go, like my roommate told him, just take her, Mary, to the church and,
and then
Sunday
marry
night.
her at the church.
No, he never. We met in my first year of college, okay? Then we got married when he was a lecture teaching in college in St. John's Medical School.
So you went after your teacher.
No, we never, I never even thought I'll marry him. He never even thought he'll marry me. It's just after a few, when I was I was doing my internship. That time he came over. Then we just went for some tea, coffee. Then that started. I don't know how it's happened.
So he's not here, so you can be totally honest with me.
Why you want to know?
Was it a shotgun wedding?
Shotgun means what?
You both say that you didn't have any idea. Did he threaten you to marry him?
No, nobody.
Were you
threatened.
forced to marry him?
No, nobody even forced to marry anybody. We just got
So then
married.
you chose to marry that man in the video, under your own choice.
Yes.
Is that correct? For the
Yes.
record, can we get that for the record?
Yes, we married for our own choice.
But what about those phrases? Should I have an extravagant marriage proposal or should I just have a simple one? How big should the diamond ring be?
I think it doesn't matter how big or the wedding is. It depends on your personality, what you prefer. People can just say, okay, let's get married, let's go to the register. If you love the person, if you're going to make a commitment, it's the most important thing. You have to, so many in marriage, so many things comes in your way, maybe sometime misunderstanding, sometime cultural difference. But if you make a commitment, say I'm going to deal with the commitment, whatever happens will be stand with each other and support each other. It may be difficult, but that's the marriage. I believe it doesn't matter for me whether you have a big ring or a small ring. It's the commitment you make with each other.
So size doesn't matter to you?
No. What do you make this funny?
We'll cut there.
Satya, he will just get along with everybody. People loves him there. I can tell you, he's like the white canvas. Any color you
Except
put him.
he's brown, so he's actually all the colors
Yeah,
together.
he absorbs all the colors.
Gotcha.
That I can say.
So a big thing about living together. How many languages do you both speak together?
I speak 3 or 4 languages, not fluently, but I can speak Hindi and Assamese a little bit.
And you speak Adi, right?
Adi,
Apindoin.
Galong.
What is Apindoin?
We have so many tribes, like dialects are there. No?
So
It's
Adi
similar.
is a language, is a dialect that you
Yeah,
speak,
it's
right?
a dialect. Adi hai, then Galong hai. I can understand because we grew up with the same town, like Along. You have seen that, right? The Galong people lives there, so we understand each other.
So then there's lots of vocabulary, right? All right. So I'm gonna pull a word, and could you pronounce this word for me?
See,
What is this word?
Balla.
What? Please. for the-
Illa.
Illa. Right? So, I know there's a lot of languages between the two of you, yes? So I just want to make sure and figure out, based off of these two symbols, which symbol properly translates to Illa in Adi? Which one is it? Is it this one? Or is it this one? Which one does
Left
it?
one.
This one?
Left.
This one? This left, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. So then Illa in Tamil means this,
No.
right? No? All right. Gotcha. Well, I have a few more questions for you. Thank you for that. It helped me learn new vocabulary.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I have an inquiry for you, and this is the central question of our documentary. So, as a political scientist, I'm trying to figure out what happened in 2016. So I have a question for you. The stuff that you talked about, my father and your husband, do you have any idea of who he voted for president in 2016?
No.
You don't have any idea?
No.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you, Mommy.
You're welcome.
It's as if their 25 years of marriage has hardened them and prepared them for all the tough questions I was asking. My mom's lips were sealed, so that meant I'd have to go directly to the man himself.